In this video, we will cover how to create the basic setup for each Adobe Photoshop assignment in the course. Topics include converting an image file to a working Photoshop document, identification of essential tool panels for use in every Photoshop composition, demonstration of panel rafting and separation, basic layer setup to start a project, and how to execute screenshots on Mac and PC computers. My name is CJ Robb, and I'm your facilitator. Let's get started. We are taking inspiration for today's lesson from Jen Ski's coloring book, Mid-Century Mania. In this assignment, you are asked to download this JPEG file. A JPEG file stands for Joint Expert Photographic Group. This file type was expressly invented for use on the Internet when the Internet was a new platform for sharing images, documents, and sound bites. JPEG files are great for digital transmission, such as email or posting online, precisely because of their efficient compressed file nature. JPEG files, by definition, only have one layer. However, working in a compressed file is not helpful when creating a composition in Photoshop. In order to take advantage of all the amazing things Photoshop can do, we need to save the JPEG file into a native Photoshop format. It's simple. Just go to the File pull-down menu and Save As a Photoshop file type. Create a folder for this class and PSD file types specifically. Be sure to embed the color profile definition by checking this box. We'll go over this in more detail as we progress through the course. Take this opportunity to also rename the file, which is essential when submitting homework assignments. In order to get credit for your work, your last name needs to be the first part of the file name, followed by a description of the project. Here you see me creating a subfolder within the course number. This folder is for Photoshop Documents or PSD files. The next part of the video defines what I think are the essential tool panels you will need most when working in a Photoshop document. These are the panels that make your work amazing. All panels are listed under the Window pull-down menu at the top of your screen. Start by defining the workspace. There are different types of workspaces or drawing environments for different types of digital professionals. Interior designers typically use the Essentials workspace. The next panel you will need to deploy from the Window pull-down menu is Options. This is the horizontal band that can be stowed at the top of your drawing environment. Options is an essential panel that you will use in every work session. The next panel that you will need from the Window pull-down menu is the main toolbar. Remember, this can be deployed as a single or a double column. The next panel from the Window pull-down menu to deploy is the Layers panel. The next panel from the Window pull-down menu is the History panel. Let's take a look at what it means to raft panels in Photoshop. Panels can be either rafted as fully expanded panels or rafted as individual icons. Rafting simply means linking the panels together so that they move as a group. To raft a panel, pick from the top gray band and drag to the bottom of another panel. When you see the blue band appear, you can let go of your mouse. The next panels from the Window pull-down menu to deploy are Navigator and Colors. Sometimes when you deploy a panel that was previously rafted with other panels, this is how it could look. To untangle the panels so that you can raft it with a different set, simply pick on the gray band, hold down your mouse, and drag it. As we wrap up how to set up our Adobe Photoshop projects, one last item that we need to address is the layer definition. This may not mean much to you now, but as we work through the next few assignments, how layers will be used will become more clear. For now, let's create a copy of the background layer. To do this, pick on the background layer band and drag it to the plus sign at the bottom of the layers panel. Let's watch one more time. You will now see two identical layers. One is the original background layer, and the other is a background copy. Keep in mind one important rule. You can only have one background layer visible at a time. Turn off the visibility eye in this column so that the original background cannot be modified. This will be the beginning illustrator's insurance, just in case the background copy becomes damaged. In closing, follow these steps for setting up your Adobe Photoshop project each time. Save all compressed files that you download from Canvas to start your project as Photoshop files, and then rename the file as your last name with the project description. Keep project descriptions logical and simple. Make sure that you've embedded the color profile into the working Adobe Photoshop document. Next, make sure that you are in the Essentials workspace. The workspace will determine which tools are available to you on the main toolbar. Next, deploy essential Photoshop panels right away, such as Options, Tools, Layers, History, Navigator, and Colors. Organize panels by rafting them together or float them separately as it makes sense for your workflow. Save your file one last time when exiting the project. Remember to try to keep files organized in a file folder for this class and not on your desktop. If you do choose to work on the desktop for the day, always try to stow the files on your hard drive at the end of the workday so that all of your files can be properly backed up. You're now ready to start this course.